Hello everyone, now we are going to discuss the significance of protein binding on displacement interactions. How protein binding is going to affect the displacement interactions. Now coming to the phenomena of protein binding, it is a phenomena of complex formation of drug with protein molecules, and usually protein binding is of two types. Type 1 is reversible and type 2 is irreversible. In majority of the cases, reversible drug protein binding is seen and it involves weak chemical bonds such as van der Waals forces. Whereas irreversible drug protein binding is rare, but it employs very strong chemical bonds like covalent bonds. And irreversible drug protein binding is often responsible for the tissue toxicity and carcinogenicity of those particular drugs. Example is hepatotoxicity of paracetamol metabolites. Now coming to the significance of protein binding. Protein binding has a significant effect on various attributes of drugs. And in the current session, we will be discussing the effect of protein binding on displacement interactions. How protein binding is going to affect the displacement interactions of drugs. Before that, we need to know what are displacement interactions. Now coming to displacement interactions, when two or more drugs, when they have a same affinity for a binding site of a protein, and whenever they are co-administered, they compete with each other for the same binding site. Such kind of interactions are called as displacement interactions. I repeat, whenever two drugs, when they are co-administered, if they have a same affinity for same binding site of a protein, then they compete with each other for that same binding site. As a result, one drug may displace the other drug from the binding site. Hence, they are called as displacement interactions. The classical example of displacement interactions are warfarin and phenylbutazone. Both of them, they have a same degree of affinity for HSA, which is nothing but human serum albumin. Now, whenever phenylbutazone is administered in warfarin therapy, phenylbutazone displaces warfarin from its binding site. Hence, phenylbutazone is called as displacer drug because it displaces warfarin from its binding site. The phenylbutazone is called as displacer drug, and as warfarin is getting displaced, it is called as displaced drug. So this displaced free warfarin, it may cause the adverse hemorrhagic reactions. So whenever phenylbutazone and warfarin are co-administered, we have to take into consideration this displacement interaction and adjust the dose so that adverse hemorrhagic reactions will not occur. And similarly, phenylbutazone also displaces sulfonamides from their binding sites. So when are displacement interactions clinically significant? Not all displacement interactions, they result in potential toxic effects. Some displacement interactions can be insignificant and they may not cause any effect. So whenever the displaced drug and displacer drug have certain characteristics, or whenever they fit into a criteria, then only displacement interactions are clinically significant and they precipitate potential toxic effects. So coming to the characteristics of displaced drug. Whenever the displaced drug is more than 95% protein bound, when the displaced drug is more than 95% protein bound, whenever it has small volume of distribution, when it shows rapid onset of action or rapid onset of therapeutic or adverse effects, and whenever it has narrow therapeutic index, in all these cases of displaced drug, the displacement interactions are clinically significant. Similarly, when it comes to displacer drug, when the displacer drug has high affinity, high degree of affinity for the binding site, and whenever it competes with the same binding site, and when the drug protein concentration ratio is high, and whenever it shows a rapid and large increase in plasma concentration. In all these cases of displacer drug, the displacement interactions are clinically significant. As our current topic of interest is protein binding, so we will be focusing only on the first point of displaced drug. So whenever the displaced drug is 95% bound, when it is 95% or more, whenever the protein binding is 95% or more, then only displacement interactions are clinically significant. Displacement interactions are not clinically significant for weakly protein bound drug. Let us discuss how with an example. Let us take the practical example. It was observed that a new drug under study causes 5% displacement of oxazepam. As we all know, oxazepam is a highly protein bound drug and it is 95% protein bound. If we take the table, we have the concentrations of bound oxazepam and unbound oxazepam, and even we have the concentration of oxazepam before displacement and after displacement. So as oxazepam is 95% protein bound, before displacement 95% of oxazepam is protein bound and only 5% of the drug is free drug or unbound drug, and this 5% is responsible for the therapeutic effect of oxazepam. This 5% is responsible for the entire therapeutic effect of oxazepam. So as we all know, our new drug under study, it causes 5% displacement. So after displacement, the percentage bound of oxazepam will be 90% because 5% is displaced, and unbound concentration will be 10%. Previously it was 5% and now it is 10%. We know that this 5% is responsible for the entire therapeutic effect. So here the dose is getting doubled by the displacement of just 5% of oxazepam. The concentration of free drug in the plasma is increased 100%. Previously it was 5% and now it is 10%. So 100% increase in the plasma concentration is seen. So this indicates doubling of the dose. So this may cause potential toxic effects. Hence, highly protein bound drug, whenever it is displaced in very less amount also, it will have a significant interaction of toxicity. And for much more better understanding, let us consider a weakly protein bound drug also. It was observed that the new drug under investigation causes 5% displacement of phenobarbital. We all know that phenobarbital is a weakly protein bound drug. That is, it is only 55% protein bound. So before displacement, the concentration of bound phenobarbital is 55% because it is 55% protein bound, and 45% is the unbound or free drug concentration. In case of phenobarbital, this 45% is responsible for the entire therapeutic effect. So whenever there is 5% displacement, after displacement the percentage bound will be 50% and unbound will be 50%. So we know that 45% is responsible for the entire therapeutic effect. So this 45% should be considered as 100%. This is, so in that case 5% increase in that 45% will only increase the overall free drug concentration to just 10%. So here the displacement interactions are not clinically significant because the overall increase in the free drug concentration is very less. It may not show or precipitate any toxic effects. Hence, weakly protein bound drugs displacement interactions are not clinically significant. So this is the overall summary. The displacement interactions are significant in the case of drugs that are 95% more than 95% protein bound. A displacement of just 5% of the 95% bound drug results in the doubling of the free concentration, that is 100% rise. Whereas a displacement of 5% of a weakly protein bound drug, it results in just 10% rise in the free concentration. Hence, they are clinically insignificant. Displacement interactions of weakly protein bound drug are clinically insignificant. This is the effect of protein binding on displacement interactions. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe for further videos on biopharmaceutics.